Hello and welcome to Unews. I'm Carolina Sarassa. Happy Wednesday, Feliz Miércoles, and thank you for being with us. And we began today with the fourth Democratic debate. 12 candidates took the stage in Ohio on Tuesday night. Senator Elizabeth Warren pushing ahead in the polls and becoming a target of attacks because of the most recent polls in her favor. And with new testimony set for today from a former State Department official, key figures in the Trump administration are all defying subpoenas, most of them even refusing to turn over any documents related to Ukraine. Pablo Gato has more from Washington, D.C. Pablo. And this morning, President Trump answered questions during a meeting with the president of Italy at the White House. President Trump tried to distance himself when he was asked about Turkey attacking Syria. He said, quote, "It is not our problem." The president also spoke about the Kurds, who were longtime partners with the U.S. in the fight against ISIS. But his recent decision to pull troops out of that region has left the Kurds without protection. Now, many have criticized that move, saying that America was stabbing our allies in the back. Trump doesn't see it that way. He says American troops are safer now. Trump also reacted to news of Russia moving into Syria. Take a listen. This is going on as President Trump is set to discuss the increasing tensions in Syria with congressional leaders this afternoon. Amongst those expected to attend, Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi. Meanwhile, this happens, Russia is moving in to fill the void where U.S. forces had been just a few days ago. Carolina Rosario has more details.
Is scheduled to visit the White House in November. So far, there's no word on a possible postponement or cancellation on Monday. Vice President Pence said there was no decision on the issue. Carolina, back to you.
Thank you, Caro, for that report. And now the Trump administration is proposing to open up the more than 180,000 acres of the country's largest national forest for logging until back a massive explosion in California. Back to Unews. A fiery explosion at a fuel storage facility in California. Thousands of nearby residents ordered to take shelter from the fumes before the fire was contained overnight. Nidia Cavazos has the story. President Trump has vetoed legislation that immigrants in California are said to have expanded rights under a new set of laws signed by Governor Gavin Newsom. Jaime Garcia has more details on these changes that will open doors to things like higher education and health care. And after the break, it is a mystery in paradise. An American lawyer killed on the island nation of Micronesia. The woman was gunned down after a run with her dog. Now the FBI is stepping in. Maite Interiano has more. In Alabama, 2 people who were being questioned about a missing 3-year-old girl are now being charged in unrelated cases. That girl story, a mother followed clues that took her all over Mexico and the U.S. as she tried to find her daughter, who had been abducted by the girl's father and his family. Paulina Gomez has those details.
In cases in which one of the parents takes a child out of the country where they live, the Hague Convention requires the immediate return of the abducted minors under 16 years old to their hometowns. Both Mexico and the United States are signatories to the convention.
A Good Samaritan jumped into action when he saw a man with a gun on a train in Chicago. A passenger captured the intense moments on camera. Roger Borges has more. Guy. And now still ahead, could one nation of Cuba are alarmed after an outbreak of dengue fever, mostly impacting major cities. Authorities have confirmed nearly 23,000 cases. The state of Jalisco is one of the epicenters of that outbreak. Gianni Aponte has more. Up next, a new report out of Detroit Lions quarterback Matthew Stanford sharing her emotional story after surviving a brain tumor. Azul Alvarez has more on her road to recovery. Message when we come back, people are talking. It is the app taking social media by storm. That app featuring thousands of channels covering dozens of topics, including the use of coupons. Miriam Arias has all the details.
Swanson started couponing 6 years ago after having her first child. She has 2 now. And she says that she manages to save about $8,000 a year, so quite a bit. Now, she does admit that, she actually started sharing her knowledge on TikTok by accident when one of her videos went viral accidentally, and it hit 3 million views. Now she's known as Coupon Katie, and her TikTok page has more than 600,000 followers. What do you think about that? By accident.
I feel really old for the fact that I don't have a TikTok account, but I'm gonna open it right after the show just to stay with this trend. But Miriam, it is great that she's also giving all this advice to young people that find these coupons on your phone. They always give them to you printed, but then you throw them away.
You lose them, like I lost in my bag, but
right, all the time.
We'll see what happens. But now I do have another story that I want to share with you, and this is also trending. We now know who will be playing Catwoman to Robert Pattinson's new Batman. So actress Zoe Kravitz has
very famous stars in the past, and Hathaway being the latest, if I remember correctly. But have they given any advice to Zoe, considering that she's the newest female lady, the female role in this?
Yeah, actually they have, Anne Hathaway in particular, I have the exact quote that she says. She says, "The biggest congrats to Zoe Kravitz on landing the role of a lifetime." Well, one lifetime anyway. Of course, we know, cats have multiple lives. So she was kind of making a light joke there. Also, played this role was Michelle Pfeiffer in 1992. And we also, we've had a multiple amount of women playing it. Halle Berry played it a few years ago as well. She had a movie devoted just to being Catwoman. And it's, it's going to be exciting to see what she can pull off and how she makes it different.
And we have about 20 seconds to go, but which one is your favorite Batman?
I'm going to say Christian Bale. What about you?
I want to say, I like them all.
All of them? Okay.
See you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching.